How's it going, guys, and welcome back to another episode of the AFC Wimbledon Road to Glory Career Mode. This is episode number 32, and in this episode we are going to be ending off Season 2. We're going to be having a few massive games first, though. We're going to be having a semi-final game here in the FA Cup against Man City. It's pretty much certain that we've already won the league, so a lot of these games here that we have upcoming in the league are going to be simmed. We only have, I think it's 5 games left in the league, so we are probably going to go ahead and sim all of them. But obviously, we are going to be starting off this episode with the massive game here against Man City. We are the giant killers in the FA Cup so far. We've got to the semi-final, and we've knocked out a couple of very big teams. We don't really have anything to lose in this game, but if we can go ahead and beat them, or at least give them a good run for their money, I'd be happy with that. We're coming up against them at the Etihad Stadium, and we'll have to wait and see how we get on in this game. So this is actually going to be played at Wembley. This is a very big game, obviously in the FA Cup against Man City. I want to look at the actual tournament tree. I want to see where we are currently and where we'd be if we end up beating City. So if we do end up beating City, we're coming up against their rivals United, or we're going to be coming up against Newcastle United. So a very, very interesting one. I know it's very unlikely we will beat City here, but you've got to keep your head held high. You never know what can happen. The only real issue with Man City is that they've got a very, very strong side. And you can see there that they've got players like De Bruyne. They've got Pogba, who they've brought. They've got Pogba and Toure in midfield. That's going to be a deadly combination. Armstrong turning his man. And he's going to keep on going here and have a shot. And he's actually gone into the back of the net. And Adam Armstrong gets the first goal of this game. And he makes it 1-0 to AFC Wimbledon. Is the dream really alive here? This is incredible. I don't even know how we got through here. I don't know where Jesus Navas was. He should have been covering his man. And that man was Armstrong, the man of the moment, getting the goal. But look at that from Caballero. Really, really shocking goalkeeping there. It hit him in the head. And then I think it hit him on the arm or something. And then it went into the back of the net. And we get it into Armstrong again. He's going to try and get it over the top. And it's a Yama. Wow, he's really, really putting Zabaleta to bed here. And we're going to cut inside. Play it off to Barkham. It's blocked off and King taken down. It's a penalty. I can't believe this. The weird thing is nothing was going to happen from that chance, but we're going to give it to the goal scorer, Adam Armstrong. Can he double our lead here and really make it a shock way for Man City to not go out of the FA Cup? Damn it. That could come back to bite us in the back. That wasn't the best penalty. Inside, Billy King now. Out to Armstrong, and we're playing it here to Ayama. He's going to skip inside as he always does, and he's going to try and get his 7th goal. And he does get his 7th goal in the FA Cup. The FA Cup top scorer gets another goal to his name, and it's 2-0 just like that. Man City we're playing against here, and I can't believe how easy it is for me to score that. That's just ridiculous. And we make it 2-0 and double our lead. Even though we missed a penalty, it doesn't seem to have mattered in this game. They haven't even had a sniff at the goal yet, but maybe they will here. It's going to be Yaya on the ball, getting it through to De Bruyne. He hits the post and he's surely got to score and does end up scoring. So yeah, he did reduce the deficit by 1 there, De Bruyne. But seriously, they really have not been in the game. They're very lucky to get that goal. Not reflective of how well we've played in this first half. Good tackle. Not a good tackle. And Man City have a free kick here in a very dangerous position. I'm a little bit worried about this one. They're going to have a shot, and what a save by Roy Silva. That's a good save by our keeper. Now it's a Yama. Has he got the strength? I think he does. And look, he's set through. Is this Baxendale going to set through? Adam Armstrong, who's going to have a shot, and he doesn't make it 3-1. That was the insurance goal. And that would have really sealed off the victory for us. And there we have it. I can't believe it. We end up beating Man City 2-1. I don't know if that means that we go through to the final. I can't remember if it's 2 legs. But if we do go through to the final, what a result that is. And we end up beating Man City, a really, really good Premier League side. We currently have quite a lot of money to spend now after that very, very good result that we got against Man City in the first leg. I'm going to go ahead and hire another scout here, Jack Rigg, 3-star experience, 4-star judgment. We're slowly getting up to those 5-star scouts. So we're going to send our new scout out to England. Obviously, he's a lot better than the scouts we currently have, or at least by 1 star he is. We're going to send him out for 6 months. Clearly, at the moment, looking at the league table, we have a very big gap at the top of the table. It's clear to see that. We've got a game in hand, and we are 11 points ahead of Rotherham, so I think it's fair to say we've won the league. We'll have the Emirates FA Cup final against Manchester United. That is a big game. Imagine if we won that. In fact, I think if we come runner-up, then we still end up being... I think we end up going into the Europa League. I mean, yes, it has happened with teams like Wigan before, and they've ended up being in the Europa League, I think, when they were in the Championship last season after winning it. But I'm not really sure what the runner-up gets. You might need to let me know in the comments down below. I guess we will find out. But we will go ahead and skip this game, and we lose 1-0. Wow, okay then. So we've got another youth scout as well. We've got Chuck Santonio. He was originally based in England, but what I am going to go ahead and do is I am actually going to go ahead and send him out to Spain, see if he can find some Spanish gems. So I've just Googled it, and apparently if we end up beating Manchester United in the FA Cup, we are going to be going into the Europa League for next season. How crazy is that? That is just insane. But obviously, Wigan did something similar like that. They ended up winning. I think they beat Manchester City. I'm not really too sure, but they ended up winning the FA Cup. They got demoted to the Championship, I believe, and then they ended up winning it, and they were in the Europa League, but they were also playing Championship football. We ended up getting a 1-1 draw from that game. I don't know why I just skipped forward like that, but unfortunately, we did get an injury to Sears there, so we'll have to wait and see. How long is he out for? Going to be out for 4 months. 4 months. He's got an injury and he's going to be out for 4 months. How bad is that? That really does suck. To be honest, it does hurt me simming these games, and I really think that we are in a bit of trouble here. If we don't get a win in this game, we are really going to be falling behind, and Rotherham might actually have a chance of catching us up. So we'll have to hope that we get a win in this game against Bury. It's away from home, and we end up winning 3-2. Very, very lucky there. Ayama gets 2 goals, and Armstrong also gets on the score sheet. We have a lot of emails here, though. We've got a monthly scouting update from Ben Demetru, and we're going to have a little look at this. We've got Callum Naismith. Wow, he looks something special, doesn't he? And I'm not really too sure what his position is at the moment, but boy, he's got really good potential. 79 to 94 potential. He could be a very, very good youth player, so we will go ahead and sign this guy up. Christian Tunga, arguably one of our best youth players at the moment. He's come to us and said that he wants me to review his wage. So he actually wants 1.3 grand. I've got to think about this because I've got other contracts that I do need to accept. And Callum Kennedy, he's someone that I want to keep. He's got an expiring contract. So I'm going to ask the board for £400,000. And I'm going to say that we're going to gain automatic promotion. We've pretty much done that already. And we've certainly gone further than reaching the quarterfinal in the cup. But they should accept with this. So yeah, even if we do end up losing this game and the next game, it won't matter. But we will play this game. We want to play this. It's the last home game of the season, so we will play it. And this is the side we're going with. We're going with the big boy Akinfenwa up front. I might actually change that. Maybe bring him on in the second half. I want Armstrong in there. I'm just a bit nervous, really, putting Akinfenwa in there. I've just got a feeling he's going to have a shocking miss otherwise. Now we're going to try and squeeze this one through to Armstrong, who's onside. We're going to have a shot as well, and Armstrong gets his 22nd goal. And that is a very, very easy one. He made it look so easy there. Just look at this. It's really good dribbling by Pacini. Yes, he wasn't really marked well. And neither was Armstrong, really. He should have been tracked a bit better. But it is a good finish. And I believe that is going to be his 22nd goal in Football League 1. He's just been immense this season. He really has. No, that's a bad challenge. Don't give a red for that. I think it's going to be a red. Yes, it is. What am I thinking there? That is such a stupid challenge, going in from behind. And I get a red with Armstrong. Out of all the players, he's the most important one I get a red with. So there we have it. We end up getting a 1-0 win from that game. No title celebrations. What a surprise, EA. Really good one there. Well done. We went down to 10 men, which was a bit disappointing. Armstrong got sent off, but also at the same time, his goal did end up picking us up another win, and that was his 22nd goal. And it's Clark that's the only one that ends up growing from this session. Very good defensively growing there, and very close to a 56 now as well. And the board have decided they're going to give us £129,999 exactly. And we will have to go ahead and allocate that. Maybe now we can give Tunga a new contract. I think we can afford it now, so I will go ahead and give Tunga the contract he deserves. He's been a very good player when he's played. He's played in some really big games as well and done very, very well. So I will go ahead and give him a new contract. He's on 1 year left anyway. So I would have had to have given him a contract at some point. I'm literally playing the weakest side possible because we need to rest a load of players so that we have the best chance of winning that Manchester United game. I'm not saying that we will, but I want to give us the best opportunity possible. Yeah, we end up losing 3-0. Probably not the best result. In fact, it's just terrible. It really is. Probably our worst loss this season. But we are going to be having some more player training here. Hopefully some more growth. I want to see Billy King go up to a 68, and he does end up doing that. And look how close Tunga is to a 67. That is ridiculous. And Christian Tunga has accepted his contract. He will be staying at the club. And that is very good news for us. He's going to be a very big part of our future. So now we're going to be having the biggest game of the episode. The biggest game of the series so far. And it is going to be against Manchester United in the FA Cup final. How we've managed to get to the final, I have no idea. It's ridiculous, really. We beat Man City in the last round. Now we're coming up against their rivals, Manchester United. Can we do the same here? We've played at Wembley already. We weren't fazed by the occasion. We've already knocked out Wigan. We've knocked out Norwich. We've knocked out Manchester City. And now we're coming up against the big guns, Manchester United. And looking at Manchester United's side, they've, well, yeah, arguably, they're going to go with their strongest lineup. This is probably their best chance of winning some silverware this season. They're not going to go with a weak side. They're not going to underestimate us. And the only weak player in that side, I would say, is Andres Pereira. But here we go into the big game. Whatever happens today, it doesn't matter because we've got to the final. We've completely exceeded expectations. And even if we lose in the final, we can go with our heads held high. And now they get it out wide. And it's Darmian on the ball, trying to get the cross in. And so close there. Who was that on the far post? Very close to making it 1-0. Unlike Manchester City, we're really being shut out of the game by Manchester United. And they take the lead within 15 minutes. It's Bastian Schweinsteiger getting on the score sheet. I was just saying how Manchester United are playing a lot better than Man City were. And right there, they really did show their class. Could Roy Silva have saved that, though? That's the only argument that I would make. Rooney getting it inside, and a very good pass to Memphis, and only just over. Holy moly, that was a good shot by Rooney there. Wow. Hit the bar, hit the goalkeeper, and went out of play. That was a good, powerful shot. We're going to try and get it over the top. And it's Ayama making the opposing run. Can we score it? Yes, we do. We make it 1-1, and Manchester United, they're going to rue that missed opportunity, surely. Nice ball over the top by Barkham, and the finish is even better. Pass to Gea, just showing that Ayama can do it even at the top level, getting another goal in the FA Cup. So it's going to be extra time then. I don't know if I can take much more of this. I really don't. I just wish that Manchester United would have just won it. Why didn't they just take their chances? I'm just dying. I really am. My voice is just killing me right now, but I've got to soldier on into extra time now, and maybe we can go on and win it. I don't know what would happen if we do. I'd probably go a bit crazy. To Armstrong. He's cutting inside. He's going to get the pass off. Surely this is a goal. Ayama. That could have won it for us. That goal, missed opportunity there. It should have been a goal though. That's what I'm trying to say. Tunga gets tackled again, and he loses the ball. Countless times he's done that this game. And it's going to be Rooney into the middle. And Chris Smalling, literally minutes after that chance we got, ends up scoring from that. Tunga really didn't do too well there, but that's just Premier League opposition for you. They're ruthless. And that was certainly a very good header coming up from the back from Chris Smalling. And now it's Ayama. One final opportunity in the game. Trying to get the cross in. And he's punched away by De Gea. Only to Tunga, who has a shot. And that's probably going to be game over. Only 1 minute of added time, and there you have it. We end up losing the FA Cup. We lose in the final. The journey is over. We played very, very well to get this far. And I'm very surprised we took it to extra time, to be honest. But we're not going to want to see Manchester United with their title celebrations. They did deserve to win. Right, guys, so this is going to be the end of this episode of the AFC Wimbledon Road to Glory Career Mode. And if you have enjoyed this episode of this career mode, make sure you leave a like on the video and subscribe if you haven't already. Hopefully you guys will look forward to Season 3 of this career mode. If you do want to see that, make sure you hit 70 likes on this video. That would be greatly appreciated, guys. But apart from that, guys, I'm going to have to leave it there. And I'll see you next time for another video. Thanks for watching.